Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Super Deluxe Gamescast. It is Thursday, March 14th. 1 week removed from PAX, which we're obviously attending and are very excited about. And we got some fun stuff to talk about tonight.
Some fun and some serious stuff, and some educational stuff. It's going to be a good mix today.
There's a couple of things that I want to clear up right off the bat.
Yeah. Do you want to welcome returning guest Ryan Easby?
Yeah, go ahead and do that real quick.
Independent journalist. Good to have you on again, bud.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. Wish the circumstances were better, as we're about to get to. Yeah. But
all right. So I'm gonna let everyone know that I'm mad. I've got a lot to say. I'm gonna do my best to keep it in a measured tone. Is my light a little dark?
Yeah, I was joking about you being in the Bat Cave earlier. So,
let me.
But like maybe it's tonally fitting because I know you're not. I know you're in a mood.
There we go.
So
I am in a mood.
Yeah, I get it. It's not been a good week or two for sure.
So yeah, there's another Goobergate.
Goobergazi
happening. And it's a bit more personal to me this time because one of the centerpieces of the harassment is a very, very good friend of mine. She's been getting death threats. She got called out by a fucking has-been who unfortunately holds a lot of sway in the more trollish areas of the internet.
But to be clear, a lot of sway with people who don't hold any sway, right?
Right. So I'm going to be very, very clear about this. She has done nothing fucking wrong. Nothing. And now her children are getting fucking threats. I've seen this shit. And if anybody wants to tell me, "Oh, no, John, you're making it up," well, you can fucking kiss my ass.
Nobody in good faith thinks that this latest round of Gamergate style harassment is being made up. Like it's right. It couldn't be more clear. Like looking at it.
And you know what? Like yeah, here's really the fucking crux of the thing for me right here. Right? It's not just that people are getting harassed over fucking video games. Video games, dude. Like it's not just that. It's the fact that more people like me are not fucking speaking up about it. I need more fucking straight white dudes with a platform like me to have this fucking energy. Because right now I've got women contacting me, fucking scared shitless, getting threats, reliving all those fucking memories from 10 years ago, and their friends, their colleagues in their fucking Discord channels are talking about fucking sporting events. Who gives a fuck about that?
We're
not gonna fucking let this shit happen again. We're not gonna fucking let this shit happen. We're not doing this shit again. It is fucking time. It's fucking time for people with my level of privilege to fucking stand up and speak out against this shit. So I'm fucking tired of it.
It's not great that I can put out there like that people can look for us at PAX if they're not feeling safe, right? Look for the purple masks and you'll have people to hide with and hang with.
I swear to
and I've
God,
had
dude.
way too many people who I'm only like barely acquainted with, like reach out and say, and like, we shouldn't have to, I shouldn't have to, right? Like,
let's clear something up. Let's fucking clear something up. There's been a lot of bullshit being floated around about how, the organization Take This, which is a mental health nonprofit that all of us here have volunteered with, is somehow funded by the Department of fucking Homeland Security. Okay, so let's clear this shit up right now. Okay, over a year ago, a grant was given to not just Take This, but several other organizations to study extremism in games. Now, the government didn't approach Take This. It was a fucking grant, which means you apply for it, and you might get it, you might not. They got $700,000, which I'm telling you, for the Department of Homeland Security, That's what they spend every year on fucking toilet paper and pens. And FY 2023, they had a budget for grants, just grants, totaling $1.2 billion. Billion with a B. Just because you get a grant from a government agency does not make that organization funded by the government. Once whatever it is you got the grant for is done, your relationship with that agency is severed.
Okay, let's put a little context here, right? Because, like, the long and the short of it is this, it started with these right-wing trolls and assholes complaining about a single company that does narrative consulting, making all the games woke, and that's why they're failing and everyone's getting laid off. That very quickly turned into Gamergate all over again, where it became about the games media and woke, liberal, infiltrators ruining the industry. It's the same shit as before, right? I think the thing that becomes very scary is this turn we've seen today. And I think it's really only today that this turn has really happened, that is started accusing
past couple days, I would
say. I mean, take this obviously as something that's close to our hearts, but accusing basically leftism, like leftists and progressives in the gaming space, of being funded by the government, like to take down gamers or something. And it's insane. It's Alex Jones shit. But the problem is, as we've seen, that you can have QAnon style insanity and more mainstream folks on the right and more mainstream folks in these sorts of like right-wing harassment movements will not they'll let those people be part of the crowd, even if they don't believe it, because it gets them what they want, which is to harass and scare people of color, queer folks, women out of the gaming space. I do want to put a little ray of hope here. I have seen, because I was in the industry during round one of Gamergate. I worked for Nintendo's marketing department. I was there. I have seen so many more developers and PR people speaking out, not just media, right? Games journalists did a pretty good job last time of trying to take this shit on, and they didn't get a lot of backup. And it's been a lot better this time around. It needs to be better.
I don't know, man. I need to see more guys like me. I don't see enough I don't see enough fucking straight white dudes with platforms like me. I'm lucky enough to have a platform. But here's the thing. I'm just a fucking I'm a nobody content creator. Why am I the fucking guy who's speaking up on this shit? Stand up for your fucking colleagues. They're terrified. What the fuck is wrong with you? Stand the fuck up and do something. Say something. Don't be fucking cowards. How do you think these women feel? How do you think these people of color feel? What the fuck is wrong with you? Here's the thing. All these fucking death threats, I'm telling you right now, nobody's actually going to fucking do anything. Right? Like, there's always that 0.0000001% chance that you get the fucking crazy who does. Right? But you don't, like, this, all these people are trying to do is fucking scare you. So don't be scared if you're like me, if you're a straight white guy and you're not as affected by this shit as your fucking colleagues who aren't like you. Stand the fuck up and actually say something about it. Don't let this fucking shit happen again. We can't fucking do this again. Like, shit, there are people who still feel the fucking repercussions of what happened in 2014 to 2016, right? And this shit has the capacity. Now that other fucking right-wing entities have gotten involved, this shit has the harassment's gonna be worse. It's gonna be worse. And you owe the fucking colleagues. If you're like me, if you're a straight white guy, you owe your fucking colleagues who don't have that level of privilege, you owe them a little fucking backup. And I haven't seen fucking shit. I haven't seen shit. And I swear to fucking God, my friend at the center of this, I'm not gonna name drop her, but I know she's watching. She has done nothing to you people. Fucking nothing.
Nobody who's received any of this harassment has done anything worth.
Right, but she has been the focal point of this shit.
Well, and she's the focal point of what you're saying. It's right. The focal point of a change that happened today, but like
today. She has been getting fucking death threats. Her family's been getting death threats all fucking day. She's a psychologist who uses her fucking job to try to help people in distress. I swear, if I said what I really want to say, I'd get fucking banned.
Yeah, I mean, it's the rage bubbles up inside of you, man. I mean, I've seen so many people deal with so much harassment. I mean, fuck.
I'm trying to fucking keep it together, dude. I've got a bad temper.
I dealt with fucking last week especially, man. I was really getting a lot of heat over this. You had people telling me that I was gonna get fucking bullets to the head, right? You had like hundreds of these fucking nerds telling me to die from AIDS, like, you know, and it's like it doesn't affect me, right? It doesn't. I don't take that shit seriously anymore. And like, I'm lucky for the fact that stuff does not impact me the way that it impacts a lot of folks. Because it's hard to see that kind of heat. It's hard to have your inboxes look like that. Like, my DMs are shut down. Of fucking course they are. But it's hard to see your mentions and your DMs and things look like that and not go into panic mode. And that's exactly what the Horde wants to do, right?
I'll tell you right now, we're gonna be at PAX next week, and I will fucking ask you, like, if you fit the description of what I talked about, I will stop you and fucking ask you what you've done.
You know,
what have you done?
I think another thing that's been frustrating for me, because obviously there's a lot of people who are not speaking up against the harassment against their colleagues and their friends and their acquaintances. I've also seen a lot of people who have tried to go through the motions of like talking in good faith to these people and trying to refute the gish gallop of bullshit that they spew, and try to like engage as if these people mean what they're saying and like they're human beings who are worth engaging with. And you just can't, man. I mean, you can't. Exactly. You cannot reason with them because they're not looking to reason. They're just looking to yell. They're looking to vomit on you, and that's it.
We're not doing this shit again.
Yeah. So, because like when I obviously, you know, again, it was close to like a week ago that I was really under the microscope. But when that was happening to me as a part of this, everybody was saying that they hope the studios I work for go under. And it's like,
I got the same thing.
Yeah, and it's like I don't work for, like, I don't, and it doesn't matter. You could click my bio and easily see what I do, but it doesn't matter because they don't care who I actually am. They don't care who anybody they're speaking to actually is.
Derek, here's the thing. Women might, you know, like people might say, well, John, women don't need you to stand up for them. And partially you're right. Obviously, all these women are tough as hell and they've been through this shit before and they can handle themselves. But they shouldn't fucking have to handle it themselves.
Well, and it's not just women, right? It's queer folks, it's people of color, and it's not about, you know, being like the big white savior. It's about like, if these people are your friends and your colleagues, you owe it to them to stand up for them when they're dealing with harassment. Right? That's what you owe it to them.
I swear to fucking God, if you're involved in this shit and you see me storming around PAX next week, give me a wide fucking berth. Don't approach me.
They won't be at PAX. That's the thing. We've seen this time and again.
Oh, some of them will, dude.
Well, a couple of them will, but they're also, they're not going to do shit. But also, it is important, and I've seen a few folks, like Tanya DePass, who was in chat earlier, made a very good thread talking about if people are worried, right, and going to events like PAX or GDC, some simple things they can do to help keep themselves safe, right, which is like, make sure you get consent from anybody you're taking photos with, that they're okay and feel safe being, you know, photos taken with them, to wait to maybe post all of your PAX and GDC photos after you've left, right? If you're worried, right? Because as you pointed out, John, the chances of something happening to you are non-existent. We've seen so many stories. There's a great thread about PAX Australia having a Gamergate meetup right outside it, and it was like a dozen socially awkward people who could
sad fucking nerds
who could not bring themselves to talk to the one reporter who showed up to see what they were, you know, if they wanted to talk. And that's how it goes at these kind of events, because you cannot stand in the middle of the PAX show floor, surrounded by people of all skin colors, right, of all gender identities, different ages, different religious faiths, right, of all different walks of life. You cannot stand in the middle of that PAX show floor and say that this diversity is forced in this industry, because you see all of us. You see that people from all walks of life make up the people who make your games, the people who report on it, the people who make content around it, the people who just consume it. So like everyone's scared right now. I'm really hopeful that people feel really refreshed after GDC and PAX, and we see each other, right? And we remember who really makes up this industry and who really makes up fandom.
On that note, Derek, I want to ask Britt. Britt, do you have anything that you want to add? I realize that I should have given you more time to speak. I've been kind of just yelling into the microphone.
I mean, I don't really have much to say just because I don't want to put myself at risk of anything. But I mean, it is shitty that we already don't feel safe in this industry and just the world right now. It hasn't been great to women, minorities, people of color, that kind of thing. And it's just, we play video games as a form of escapism, and it just sucks that people want to bring that down and and just be assholes, and it's just like, I'm tired. I'm tired of preaching the same shit over and over again. And it's just like, you're asking me if I have a thought and opinion, and it's like, of course it's happening. Of course it's happening. Like, I just don't expect anything from anybody out of this industry. And that's just me being nihilistic, I know. But I mean, I don't really have any feelings on it. I'm tired. I'm dead.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, what else can you say?
We're going to show up to PAX, and we're going to make sure that the people around us have a good time and feel safe.
Yeah,
right.
If you if at any time you don't feel safe, come find one of us.
Yeah,
we'll hang with you till you find your group of friends or whatever.
Yeah, but also just like the friends and acquaintances we know, right? Like, who can feel a little anxious about being in public right now. Like, we're just gonna have a good time, right? And we're gonna laugh, and we're gonna smile, and these fucking chuckleheads want us to feel miserable, and it's hard not to feel miserable when you look at the state of,
it is.
I mean, again, like, I can say I'm as tough as nails all I want to. It doesn't feel good to have hundreds and hundreds of notifications all telling me to die of AIDS.
So it doesn't matter how strong you are as a person or individual. Like, that shit is toxic, never ending, and it's literally made people unalive themselves.
Yeah.
So it's just frustrating, and it's like, I'm so worn out from basically trying to prove to people that I should exist in a space. Like, nothing I do is right, and this goes for minorities and people of color and queer folks as well. It's just it's a sad, redundant, stupid fight. I want to say why that I don't understand is happening in 2024, but look around. Like, look what's happening. Like, women's rights are getting taken away. Transgender people are being pushed out. It's never ending. And it's like, of course this is happening again because we have stupid lawmakers and stupid people making decisions that are, and obviously giving people a platform and a crowd to be like, yeah, see, they're banning this. They're right. We should do this. And it just enables this behavior, and it's shitty. It sucks.
Yeah. The best thing I know is we fight this environment of stochastic terrorism, right? Where like the mechanisms of it are like one of a handful of shitty right-wing assholes, like far-right assholes with a big audience, put somebody's name in tweets in a screenshot, and then they get 300 bomb threats. Right?
Using your platform to sick your little army on people is
coward bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, if
fucking
whatever,
coward.
Screenshot somebody, just fucking crop the name out. Like, what you're doing. You're being fucking intentional.
Yeah. Well, and also it's
coward.
the looking for things to constantly be outraged about, right? And like, because they live in an attention economy where they only get attention as long as they are whipping up the crowd against something. And you know, we can't control what they do. I don't know that I have the right to tell anybody how they should handle this. I do think the best way we beat it is through camaraderie with each other, right? Not with them. Certainly the fuck not with them, but like we got to have each other's backs.
We also do it through bullying. Some of these people just need to be bullied. I don't fucking care what anybody says about it, dude.
It's hard because it like internet
bullying works.
Internet bullying them doesn't do much, but like you know, all of us have the ability to shut somebody down in person, shut down that shitty family member, shitty coworker.
Bullied.
You know,
bully them off the fucking fuck them, dude.
Most people
fucking
do not
cowards.
have the courage to stand up at work when they hear a coworker make a shitty comment about like a woman, right, or a black coworker, and say like, "Hey, dude, that fucking sucks." Most people don't have the courage to do even that. And the more of even that little bit that you do, you make a way more impact on the world than almost any amount of tweeting into the void. So like, that's also my big ask is,
this is the last thing I'll say. Like I told you earlier, Derek, saying something like the gamers have found you is basically like a fucking duck call for me to come and dunk your head in a fucking toilet after I just took a fat deuce in it.
I'm gonna seal them up in a vat of sour cream.
Like that's just
leave
basically
it in the sun.
That's like telling me, John, I want you to come and shove my head.
I'm really glad you continued that sentence, bud.
Into a deuce-filled toilet. That's what I want you to do, John. That's what I need. All right, I've said my fucking piece. I'm getting too angry.
I do want to say one thing. I do want to say that, you know, I just talked about people having big platforms and stuff, and you have a big audience, John. And like, just from my perspective, anything you do or say that could be like constricted as too much could affect like Derek or me or CJ. So I think it's also wise that not just them use their platform good, but you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it just fucking, man, ugh. I hate this shit, and a lot of it comes from bad faith actors, but a lot of it also just comes from just straight up ignorance and like detachment from the gaming industry, because these people who are making these angry comments and harassing people over, whether it's over Sweet Baby Inc. or over Take This or over whatever, right? Over wokeism in games. These people don't have any friends who work on games, right? They don't know have any friends or, well, they don't have any friends in the first place. You don't have any friends or acquaintances that work in games or work in games media. You don't know, and you're completely detached from that world. So in your head, it's this idea of like gaming should be a white boys club, because your concept of the gaming world doesn't extend beyond the buddies you play Xbox Live with on
that fucking term, that it's meaningless now anyway. People would be like, oh man, they fucking, in the remake, dude, in Resident Evil 4 remake, there was this fucking salad on this table in this house that I went to, and in the original fucking PlayStation 2 version, there were some fucking there were some tomatoes and some lettuce and some onions in there, but they took the fucking onions out in the remake and they replaced it with fucking cucumbers. That shit is woke, dude. It's so fucking woke now. The cucumbers are fucking woke. Like it's meaningless. The term
John,
itself,
am I drunk or are you?
Both. But no. My point is that the term, like anything can be woke now, right? Like it's all meaningless. It's bullshit.
It's meaningless.
It's fucking garbage.
The best thing you can do, again, is just not engage directly with these people in terms of like trying to educate or correct them, because it is a lost cause and it's likely to not change until and unless these people make diverse friends who are in the industry, which is just not our fucking job. It's not my job to be the sacrificial lamb and be somebody's one queer friend who's in like podcasting and media that shows them that this shit's wrong, right? Like it's not my fucking job.
I'm in trouble. God damn it.
To do that. So what's up?
But Derek, that's who you are for me. Yeah,
well, you know, you're the one asshole I'm rehabilitating, and that's it.
Hey, I want to pivot to something real quick. Britt, did you tell Derek about the text message that you sent me and my answer?
I think he liked it on Facebook.
Oh, you talking about wanting to take her fucking computer if she dies?
No,
Yep.
but I would do it very thoroughly.
See, that's like there we go, Gamergate, y'all. That's
Wow, look at
why
that
this
shit,
shit's
dude.
happening.
Look at that shit right there.
John
John
here's
is a John.
John
I
here's a
die,
friend
and John's
dies, and all he
first
wants is the
instinct is
PC.
cool. Give me her video games.
I'm a fake ally.
I want
I'm
you
a
to know if
fake
I
ally.
die, Britt gets my PC, but do wipe the hard drive. So
No. Mm-mm. That's like the last thing I'd do.
Yo, this just went really off the rails.
Yeah.
You want to get really
I don't
off
like-
the rails? Look,
I don't like
you
this.
see
I
this
don't-
shirt? You see how flashy this shirt is? You don't even know what the leggings underneath look like. I'm playing peekaboo here, motherfuckers.
Oh.
Derek, how far down do you have the button? You like you got that taco meat popping out at the top? Like
I
what's
could
going on
undo
there?
a button. I could undo a button.
Do it. Fucking
if we're
do
trying
it,
to
dude.
if we're trying
Coward.
to completely
Do it,
pivot
coward.
the energy.
Dude, I'm wearing a fucking sleeveless shirt. The boulders are on display.
No, because then you can see
hanging.
you can see the underside of the shirt, and it's not good. Look, yeah.
SDGC After Dark. This is the real after hours content.
Derek,
Yeah.
if you stand up right now, are you going to be hanging down?
No,
We're-
but only because my
we're
shirt
bringing-
goes a little lower.
We're bringing SDGC After Hours back.
Yeah. Look, guys. So glad to bring a little levity to the moment. It's all I know to do many times, but like
I
again,
just had to get it off my fucking chest, dude.
no,
like-
dude, it's important. And like again, the camaraderie. Like this shit's serious, and I know a lot of people are going to go into PAX being scared. Again, our buddy Virender is staying with us, and he's terrified of this event. Right? Like he's told us this repeatedly, and he's going to sit down. And he's gonna get there, and he's gonna have the time of his fucking life.
You have a great fucking time.
You know, everyone who we know who is scared, we're
You're
gonna
not
make sure
going to
they
have a
good
great
ass
fucking time, Derek, because every time I see somebody cosplaying as Emmett Selk or fucking Uriange, I'm going to have Brit in my fucking ear going,
Who is it?
Smash.
Is it Uriange? Is that how you pronounce his name?
It is.
Yeah,
That is
okay.
how you pronounce his
I
name.
was saying
Yeah,
Urianger.
she's going to see.
Hey, all I had was text fields and a survey to go off of, so I don't know how any of these
We're going
fuckers'
to
names are
have dozens
pronounced.
of people just dressed as Rufus Shinwa. That's what's going to be.
We're gonna see fucking. We're gonna see. Oh, Brit. I wonder if that Geralt cosplayer is going to be there this year for Brit
Probably
to
not.
augment.
I better see that. I better
can't
see that
imagine.
Rip dude who dresses as Wonder Woman that we see at East
There's
every
a
year.
Rip dude who dresses a
Oh
Wonder
yeah,
Woman.
the fucking Rip dude with a really good Wonder Woman cosplay.
Man, maybe I should dress as Wonder Woman.
You should. I
I'm a Rip-
encourage it, buddy.
I'm a Rip dude.
I'm imagining that now, and yeah, I'd like to see that.
It's fantastic. I encourage it. Yeah,
Who
Ben Star
in
needs to bring back
chat-
Tifa.
I'll tell you what. Who in chat wants me to cosplay? Who in chat wants me to cosplay as oh god, what's her name from Resident Evil 8? Lady Dimitrescu. Lady Dimitrescu. Who wants me to cut? Because I do got big big old titties.
Do you? You would have a big ass as well, though. That's the thing.
Who wants me to do that Lady Dimitrescu cosplay? I'll do it too. I don't fucking care.
How
Oh,
tall
I'll come
are you?
in. I'll grab somebody by the fucking throat. I'll do it.
We've gone.
I've already cosplayed from Resident Evil 8, so
I'm just imagining him walking in and just.
Oh, that's
tottling
right.
down.
You did one of the daughters.
No,
I did,
and
yeah,
you fucking,
did one of the
Brit,
sisters.
Brit, if I cosplay as Lady Dimitrescu, will you be my daughter?
Absolutely not. That makeup took way too long to do.
I'm gonna come in in that Lady Dimitrescu dress and like bounce my pecs up and down.
You gonna do the Terry Crews titty jiggle?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I can do that. That's exactly. I don't need stilts. I'm tall, dude.
Not that tall, but you are tall.
I'm tall. I'm taller than you are.
Well, that's not hard.
It's a low bar.
Yeah.
I mean, I am 6'2". I'm pretty
I
tall.
could beat John at a game of limbo pretty
Yeah, but
easy.
he's like 8 foot tall.
Yeah.
I am pretty tall. All right, let's fucking
We're gonna talk about some
we
games
got
we've been playing. I can go first. I can do the awkward transition.
go for it.
Yes. All right. I
How
was
is
wishing
that? Are we all
CJ.
watching the same game or not?
Yeah, no, because I'm not playing
it's-
FF7. I'm not.
Uh.
I'm waiting until the PC version. That's
Fucking
what I lie
coward.
to myself and say.
You're gonna
You're gonna-
fucking
like-
I might break.
You're gonna
but-
fucking
You
you're
own
gonna
a
fucking break,
PS5.
dude.
Do you own the console?
Yeah, I do.
Just buy the game.
No.
I'm just gonna send Derek the fucking
Stubborn.
game. He's not gonna have a choice.
So I was wishing CJ was originally almost going to join us tonight, and I wish he did, because the only thing I've really had any time to play,
Punk
again,
the fuck out.
I have wanted not to start anything that I got too invested in, because I don't know when I'm getting a Dragon's Dogma code. I got and downloaded through Xbox Game Pass Need for Speed. What's the recent one? The new one?
Oh,
Need for Speed 9.
No.
I'm just guessing. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Need for
Is it
Speed.
just called Need for Speed?
No,
Need for Speed Dance Dance Revolution.
It's Need for Speed Unbound, I think. It's
How does that like that? What a meaningless like.
Yeah,
Need
it doesn't
for
matter.
Speed
Here's the thing. It's fun. It's got some weird.
Run out of adjectives.
It's got like cell shaded. It's realistic, but it has cell shaded people and a bunch of cell shaded like effects to it that look really cool. It's developed by Criterion, who I love Criterion.
I love the Criterion Collection, man. Their movies are fucking like those movies are fucking great.
Cool, John. That's exactly the thing I'm talking about.
I know, that's why I said it.
Criterion made my favorite racing game of all time, which is Need for Speed Paradise, or not Need for Speed, Burnout Paradise. Why did I say Need for Speed Paradise? Burnout Paradise. So seeing them come to Need for Speed is great. It's a good time. I'm really into it. It has a surprisingly, like, I'm interested in the story. It is mechanically...
Like actual characters to get to know.
Yeah. Like there's a story, there's stuff to get invested in. It's pretty good. It's weird because mechanically it doesn't feel anything like the last God knows how many Need for Speed games. It is a huge departure in terms of its like physics, its mechanics, its gravity, despite seeming very similar on the surface. I had a hard time getting the hang of it. I think I'm finally starting to get it, but you know, CJ put it on his top 5 of the year, I believe, right? And
something like that, yeah.
You know, if I liked racing games more, I could see how that would break into my top 5. But I am very specific about racing games, and I will admit I'll be totally ready to put it down once I get access to Dragon's Dogma 2. But you know, it's been an interesting time. You know, making my super pimped out Dodge Charger and, you know, hitting every tree I see because I'm not a good driver in video games.
Derek, when you play Burnout or Need for Speed, I'm sorry.
Need for Speed.
When you play Need for Speed, do you live your life a quarter mile at a time?
This game tonally is nothing like a Fast and the Furious movie.
Derek, I didn't fucking I asked if you lived your life a quarter mile.
I've actually only seen the first 4 Fast and the Furious movies, so I can't speak to the rest.
Never mentioned these movies. I don't know what you're talking about.
I've only seen the first 2.
Yeah, so
I've seen the 7th one.
Yeah, but I'm having a good time, and
I just hit myself in the mouth with my microphone, and it kind of fucking hurt.
Smooth.
It did not feel good. It didn't feel
Welcome
good.
to the club, John.
Hey, Britt, speaking of the club, why don't you tell us what you've been playing, fucking gamer? I'm not even fucking acknowledging that shit. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I know what she was saying, and I'm not doing
Britt,
it.
what you been playing?
I'm not fucking doing it.
God. Okay, I have been playing Final Fantasy VII Remake. And it is the
Rebirth remake.
Rebirth, sorry. And it is just been it's a re. I've been playing Resident Evil. Oh my god, what is wrong with my brain? I've been really stressed today.
It's been this last week has been the longest year of our lives.
Yeah, it's been really fucked up.
So I've been playing Final Fantasy re. And it's been really fun. I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying the open world, which I normally don't enjoy. I love taking my time with it. It's just such a cute little cozy game.
Where are you in the game currently? Like
I am. Wait, what was?
The chapter-wise, just I think if you look. Spoilers. I'm
early in the game. I'm Costa del Sol. I just finished that part up, and then
that's the best part.
Yeah. Well, I was enjoying it until the shooting game which was not my favorite, but you know what is my favorite?
I accidentally skipped the card game, and I forgot how it worked.
Queen's Blood. It's the best fucking thing. Like, I'm so good at Queen's Blood. Zach was behind me in the game, and when he was struggling and couldn't figure shit out because he was like, oh, I lost to this person like so many times. I'm like, oh, I one-shot them. And he was like, what are you doing? And I was like, here. He was like, build me a deck because I can't do it. And I was like, all right, let me see what you have. And I built him a deck. And then I played and I showed him what I do and what cards do what. And he just took off. And I'm like, yep, that's me. I'm the Queen's Blood girl. But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with the mini games, the side quests, Chadley's Intel. I just did the Coral Mines. I'm literally right at the end of that. Is it Coral?
Corel, yeah.
Yeah, Coral, yeah. I just finished the Coral Mines. I accidentally went in there because I thought I could get to one of those stones that you scan, but I got stuck in like
the little life stream stones.
Yeah, I got stuck in story hell and I could not leave until I finished it. And I was like, this is great. Love this for me. And when I finally got out of it, it was like, oh, you fast travel is now available. And I'm like, sweet, awesome. And then I ran downstairs and then it immediately went back off again. And I was like, you got to be shitting me. You got to be absolutely shitting me. So I did all that, and then at the end of that, I was like, I gotta go to bed. I was like, I just want to play fucking Queen's Blood. All right, that's my drive. That's why I'm playing this game, is to unlock more towns and NPCs that will play Queen's Blood with me.
They really need to make like a separate.
You got
Queen's
fucking
Blood
triple
game,
triad it all over again.
Put that shit on fucking mobile and make a killing.
They really need. Well, I mean, they put triple triad on mobile, and it wasn't that great.
They have said that they are willing. They are looking into doing expansions for the game.
Yeah, they better. They just need a Queen's Blood game. Anyway, so I'm having really fun doing that shit. I've been playing a little bit of Fortnite as well. But mostly just 7. I've just been doing my thing and using Red 13. He's my bae. He's my boy. He's a really fun character to play as. He's my number one. He's so good. Like, I just don't understand how people don't use him. He's so fucking good.
Red 13 and Yuffie. Yuffie's really fucking good.
Yes, too. I finally learned how to play Yuffie, and I was like, oh, I'm fucking.
Yuffie is fucking. I'm gonna
so powerful.
I hate like obviously you know that Kate Sith sucks. Like, he's not a fun character to play as.
He wasn't in the first game.
And he's not here. Like his big stuff was fun.
I hated the Moogle. It moves so slowly. I don't want to get too much.
Oh my god! Why are the Moogles so horrendous in this game?
Hey, can I get a little sniff of your feet?
We're gonna.
What Final Fantasy have you been fucking playing?
I've not been playing, but that's what I hear when I look at screenshots of that Moogle. Just like, hey there, miss. Can I just get a little whiff of them peepers?
That fucking Moogle has a Dahmer apartment. I'm not shitting you. Like he's just got like fucking. He's got like an altar of skulls. Yeah, he does like that.
So
that
what
Moogle,
you're saying is that Moogle minigame, you're just bringing victims to him.
Yes, you are. And then he puts them in a pit. And he gives
oh my god, we're not doing this. We can't do this.
And then he dances in front of the mirror to Goodbye Horses. And he asks, and he's like, "I'd fuck me." That's that fucking Moogle. That's what that Moogle does.
I hate that Moogle.
Fucking chlamydia-ridden drop bear.
You know
what?
You know what? Just real quick, while we're on the subject of Moogles and appearance-wise, everybody in that game is very attractive. Maybe not Hojo. Definitely not Hojo.
The Moogle's not fucking attractive.
Well, they're not a person.
Oh no, FF7 Rebirth is a bisexual nightmare. Are you fucking kidding me?
It really is.
Everyone's losing their mind over Tifa in a swimsuit, but like, it's everybody.
Pink.
Have you seen Barrett's eyes? Like,
yeah, I know. Holy shit!
I really want to smooch Barrett Wallace. It's crazy.
I know. I was playing and I was like, "Why is Barrett so much more attractive this time around?" He lost his sunglasses. I can see his beautiful eyes.
Here's a character's hotness that not enough people talk about. Fucking Reeve, dude.
Oh my god, gorgeous.
Reeve is fucking smoldering, man. I'm like,
I want you guys to guess.
Oh yeah, can confirm.
Your favorite Turk?
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking
okay,
rude.
Elena. Yeah, Bruce.
Brit,
Am I that obvious?
Brit, yes, your favorite Turk is rude.
You
It's
have
fucking
two.
clear.
There's two options in this game. It's Elena.
No.
and the
No.
I
blonde
was
one.
talking about in general. Like,
In general, obviously, her favorite Turk is
Song
rude, and
and
it's not
Reno
fucking
and-
close.
I don't know. I think
Brit, I'm one
Yeah,
of your
Cisne.
best friends. I know you. It's rude.
It's rude.
Of course it is.
It's rude.
Like, yes, it is.
I've changed because when I was younger, it was Reno. I named my dog Reno
Yeah.
because I loved Reno so much.
I
Hey,
would
speaking
I
of
would
fucking podcasters
censored.
who are not in the fucking call, how about that CJ in chat right there? I'm calling you
Jesse,
out, CJ.
I am not. No. I know he just didn't come in here to fucking prop up Jesse when he knows that Tifa's the best girl in the
And
game.
that dip. He's
Hang
just
on,
gonna.
hang on,
I
Paul.
know
He's
he
saying-
didn't.
So
He said
so
she's
I'm,
hot. I know for a fact she's very
Jesse
cold right now.
Raspberry is hardly in this game. Thank God.
so I'll very quickly springboard off of what Britt was saying. Britt was talking about how she's in Costa del Sol. Me, Gungaga. I'm in Gungaga right now, and I'm fucking nothing. That was a great fucking segue. Like, what the fuck is
That's
wrong with you
solid.
people? I get.
You are
I
not
don't get
going
it.
to believe what I've been playing when we get there.
Jesus.
I will
Christ,
say though,
fucking people.
I want to ask you a question, John. Have you been doing all the intel before you progress?
All of them.
Yeah, me too.
I clear out the
And it's
entire
wonderful.
fucking map.
I'm taking my time with it, and it just feels so great. Like
I am in absolutely
playing
no
at
rush.
my own pace. Yeah.
No rush.
I'll
No
admit
rush at
I-
all.
Yep. And it's been
I'm
great
in-
because nobody's been like super talking about it on
Yeah.
Twitter, like as opposed to 16. Like this has been such a more enjoyable experience.
16 was a
So-
nightmare.
16 was like
I'm in
Last of Us 2
Gungaga.
levels
I
of
just met-
discourse.
I just met Sid for the first time. And I saw the
he's so
tiny
handsome.
Bronco.
So handsome.
And Sid's got that Southern fried accent. And so yeah, Sid is a cool character. I fucking love this game. This is one of the best Final Fantasy games ever made.
It's
Um,
so good.
And if you like a good challenge, for God's sake, play on the fucking dynamic difficulty. Like the dynamic.
The game's hard
difficulty-
enough on normal. Like holy shit.
No, like the
I-
dynamic
I
difficulty.
tempted it down from normal because it was that bad for me in certain sections.
I love the dynamic difficulty. Because it tailors the difficulty to how good or how not good you are at the game.
Wow.
What's that?
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Like if you're struggling, it'll automatically like lower the difficulty just a little bit. But if you're really fucking good and you're just wiping everything, it'll be like, oh, really? You want to fucking do that? Okay.
What's it actually changing? Is it just like changing a difficulty setting, or is it like?
Well, it's also
because
like leveling the enemies with you, right? Like so you like there's nothing that's ever like you're not ever gonna like God mode your way through anything. Like obviously there are enemies in older areas that are going to be a little less difficult because you've got all these abilities, but enemies like generally scale with you, which is what I like. I don't like feeling too fucking overpowered in my RPGs. But I love everything about this game. The only thing, so I'm not going to spoil the ending of it, but there's a fucking chicken mini game. There's a chicken mini game in Gungaga, and Derek
Is
knows
it the
what I'm
last
talking-
place in the game?
No.
Oh.
You're miles away from. The
Yeah,
last
no,
game.
yeah.
So
No, I'm in
far away.
Gungaga, which is
That's fine.
like I'm
Go
completely
chapter
done with
7
Corel,
-ish.
Brit. I'm nowhere near the end, and I'm in chapter 9.
How many
nowhere
hours
near
do you
the
I
end.
have?
can't remember. Is Gongaga
60?
before Cosmo Canyon or after?
Yeah, I'm at 40.
Yeah, I've got like another. I mean, this is a 100-hour game, so.
Yeah, for
longer
sure.
than that.
But there's a chicken mini game, and on the face of it, it's Roranado and chat knows what I'm talking about. On the face of it, it sucks. Like it's a pain in the ass little mini game. You got to like lead these lost chickens back to her owner, who loves them very much. I fucking implore you, do not give up on the chicken mini game. See it through to the end. I was so fucking shocked at what happened that I called Derek and I was like, Derek, I know you're going to play it eventually. Please, I have to tell you, I have to talk about the fucking chicken mini game, Derek, please. And Derek was like, no, John, I'm going to wait. And I'm like, God
Why
fucking
would you
damn
deprive me of the right to
Like-
run into whatever this thing is?
it. Like, no, Drew
I
Virus
also
in chat.
missed it.
Drew Virus in chat says chicken minigame sucked, but the end cutscene of it is life changing. It's fucking incredible. Derek. It is like there's evil within 2 levels of batshit insanery. Like it's
I thought you were just about to say batshit, and I was like, ooh.
No, it's fucking insane in the best I was not like I stopped playing for the night. I was like, I'm done. I can't go forward.
My
now.
mind can't handle this. I'm out.
It's somebody else in chat was like, the chicken thing is so insane. I'm not fucking kidding. Do not give up on the chicken minigame. On the last chicken, you're gonna be like, oh fuck this. This is stupid. Fuck this chicken. Trust.
That's how I feel about
me.
the shooting game in Costa del Sol. I fucking hate it.
The shooting game
What's
sucks.
wrong with that shooting game?
It's bad.
It's
Are we talking about the one where you're playing as Barrett?
No.
No,
I'm talking about the one in Costa del Sol, the pirate game.
The pirate game. It's stupid.
Oh, that wasn't that.
I hated that.
Really?
It seems like everyone has different opinions on every minigame.
It sucks because you have to get like the high score, and if you miss, your percent goes down, and you gotta times that by
I'm not
fucking.
the biggest fan of Queen's Blood, so
yeah,
that's
what I
a
mean.
ton of
Everybody is so.
All right,
all
I'll
over the
play your
place.
Queen's Blood, and you can do my shooting minigame.
What I will say is that there's a ton of fucking mini games in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Like holy shit, the fucking mini games.
What is this fucking
Like-
Banjo-Tooie?
Dude, when you get to the gold saucer. Oh, and by the way, there are so many people who are going to experience a fucking sexual awakening when they meet Dio. Like holy shit,
God,
dude.
he's so attractive.
Hang on,
Fucking
I gotta
Dio-
Google another fucking person.
He looks like John.
Derek, you don't know
Steroids.
Dio?
Like,
Oh, I can't wait for Derek to see this. I want to see his reaction right now.
he's insane.
Who is this fucking Tekken character? What the fuck? Look, man,
Derek,
I missed him.
he's
look at
not
that
my
first
type.
slab.
Shut up, CJ.
Derek,
You're not
look
even
at that
here,
s-
but shut up.
Look at that slab of fucking meat right there, Derek.
He's not my type. However,
How?
Was it an awakening for you, John?
I go for twanks.
Maybe.
Maybe. All right.
A little bit.
All right, that's fine.
No, Derek. No, Dio. It takes a lot to make me feel small, and I feel like a fucking shrimp. I felt like a fucking shrimp when I saw a Dio. I was like, "Fuck! I got to get more games."
Oh,
Like,
absolutely
Look at this
not.
man's gigantic.
Absolutely not.
This man's hog is enormous. Look at that.
I'd rather be geefed, to be
It's
honest.
in the
His
render.
car.
This dude has the biggest dick pouch I've ever
I'm
seen.
googling this.
Hey,
There's
hold
no
on.
way it's there.
pump
Hang on.
the fucking brakes.
If you just
I'd
type,
rather be geefed.
it's his official
Did
render.
No, Derek. Did Brit? Did you just say you'd rather be geefed?
Yeah, I'd rather
Oh
be
my God.
Zangiefed.
Oh my god!
If I have to get with a big,
massive.
muscly man, I'd rather be geefed.
I get the feeling Geef's
I don't
personal
know how
hygiene is
to answer that.
great.
Oh,
Dude, look at Dio.
100%.
He's got a fucking beautiful handlebar mustache. You know that man fucking cleans up.
You know people
Probably.
ride that mustache
Yeah, but
too.
he uses
Oh,
too much
absolutely.
cologne. It's really strong.
I don't think Dio
Um,
uses too much cologne, dude.
And if he doesn't
I
have a
think it's all
whole,
natural.
if he doesn't have a whole patchouli pouch hidden underneath
Hi,
his sack,
Finn. We miss
then
you.
I don't know what the fuck's going on there because that's so much dick in those briefs. It's so much.
Too much.
So we can
There's,
agree that
let me tell you
What
this.
am I
There's
supposed to do with that?
There's a thing as
Oh,
too
no.
much dick. There's a thing. That's a thing.
I don't know
Yeah.
what I'm supposed
Vicky has
to
to
do
deal
with
with that shit all the time.
Shut the fuck up, John.
Oh my god. Kick him out. Kick him out. We don't need this Vicky slander.
Oh.
I'm just speaking truth to power, motherfucker.
So, Ryan, I'm
Ryan,
going to take
what
a
do
guess that you've been playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
You would be wrong, Derek.
Really?
Because I beat Final Fantasy VII Rebirth this week. No, I've been playing fucking Crisis Core. Because I got the remaster last year, and I finished Rebirth. I was like, I don't feel ready to go on to another big game. What should I play? Oh, yes. And I load into the game, and what's one of the first things I see? It's a clean-shaven Rude. One of the first things I see is somebody who looks like a baby. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Other than that, I have also started playing Final Fantasy VI.
Hell yeah. John, I know you got
I am-
opinions.
This Final Fantasy fucking podcast. God
Yeah, we
damn.
can't-
we
We're
can't
so
avoid it.
obnoxious.
I love this shit.
We can't.
I
I'm only
came
half an hour into 6. Like, I'm not far in, But the battle music is some of the best music I've heard in the game. I listened. I've
That's
now listened to it on
wonderful.
long commutes, and I can see myself once I've finished Crisis Core just committing to 6, getting 6 done. Because there's a Steam sale currently, I am about to buy 9. I'm just gonna play them all.
Oh my
I've gained
god,
all semblance of a
9.
backlog.
Mwah, mwah. Yes,
That's
do
the
it.
best
I've just gained
one.
all semblance of a backlog. But I beat Rebirth. It took. So I did the opposite. I panicked. I saw one spoiler and I went, I can't have this, and I bowled through that game. It still took me about 35 hours, but I cut to the last half. And it's been so long since I played 7, the original, because I played it as a child, and I played it once since, just before I got my tattoo of the meteor, and it's been so long since I played it that I forgot half the shit was in the game. I genuinely forgot that, like, that I forgot about Loveless. I just forgot it was a thing. Like, I don't want to say too much for spoilers, but like, I completely forgot that at one stage you, like in the early game, I forgot about the Nibelheim flashback. I completely forgot it was there. So going through the game, as like now has been, like, it's been reawakening memories for me. And then going back to Crisis Core, I'm like, oh, that's how that connects. Unfortunately, it does have the side effect of the compilation to Final Fantasy VII makes no fucking sense.
No, it doesn't. This is the most we slapped it together with duct tape after the fact.
I have a genuine question. I tweeted this out the other day and then deleted it because I thought I'm on a podcast tomorrow. I'll ask the other podcasters. Do you think Final Fantasy Remake 3 comes out, whatever the fuck they call it? Let's assume they do DLC. Do they do Advent Children as DLC? Because that thing looks like a video game. You could do that very easily in about 6. It would be a 6-hour game, like its own thing. You could do that.
What? So my whole thing is I didn't like the characterization of the characters in Advent Children. Like they just went full on. Yeah, they just went full on like Cloud's emo. Like,
but
it's just so disconnected. And Aerith is like this goddess on this pedestal, and it's like, no, she's a spunky, goofy like girl who makes little jokes all the time. Like she's just a girl, and I think that's like the big kicker of 7.
The issue when 7 ends, like, you're like 7 ends, and you're like, oh yeah, of course they're going to be a bit down. I didn't expect Advent Children to happen, but I want them to do Advent Children. I want them to do that because that means they then have to commit to doing a Dirge of Cerberus remake. And I get people to know what the fuck I've been talking about for like 10 years when I say that Final Fantasy VII is the stupidest Final Fantasy game.
No, that game is the stupidest Final Fantasy game. It's so bad.
It is so funny. Again, I want to avoid saying stuff over there in case it comes up, because it might come up. But if you have any interest in the character of Hojo, don't play that game. Just don't do it. It's not worth your time. It's not worth the time. What they do to Hojo, what they do to Vincent Valentine, the way that game ends with a cliffhanger. That cliffhanger is never resolved, ever.
The entire compilation of FF7 is so messy. I mean, and like that's the story of Final Fantasy, right? Like it's just a very messy franchise, and often like even like direct sequels can be drastically different in tone in the rare occasions they happen. Final Fantasy IV got a sequel that was the exact same game again. Like, you know.
I mean, I don't know if I assume John's played it. The big
Crisis Core Reunion? Oh yeah.
No, I meant I mean that, but like before Crisis, like that's a game that there's no
all right. So I played before Crisis and I hated it.
Which one was before Crisis?
It's the mobile game.
The mobile game.
Oh, that's why I didn't play it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a mobile game.
Okay.
Like
We're getting into Kingdom Hearts territory of convoluted.
I think we've always been in Kingdom Hearts territory because, as John knows, there was a point in Rebirth that something that the most Kingdom Hearts possible thing happens, and it just goes with it. It just goes with it.
Yeah.
I think Final Fantasy has always been in Kingdom Hearts. I don't think this is new. I mean, the first game's about the Warriors of fucking Light, and there's a time loop in it for some reason.
I mean, it's 7 especially, right? 7 especially, like, the DNA of the compilation of FF7 is very tightly linked to the DNA of, like, Kingdom Hearts in a way that you can't separate.
Makes sense.
What we need is that fucking Dirge of Cerberus tie-in, baby. That's what we need.
Jimmy,
We need an
Bring
FF8
back-
remake. Let's go.
No, we don't. No.
Yeah, we
what's
do,
the
buddy.
compilation? The compilation is before Crisis. It's Crisis Core. It's FF. It's all the books. It's FF7. It's Advent Children. It's Dirge of Cerberus. It's Ever Crisis, which has got because it's got unique lore in it. It's First Soldier, which you cannot legally play anymore, but you do need to know details from.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I need to address something very important
Yeah.
that just came to my attention.
Yeah.
I have just learned that Josh likes Final Fantasy IV: The After Years.
I love him anyway.
I feel like
We-
Derek, you have better taste than that.
Come on, Derek.
What?
Come on, Derek.
I don't like the After Years. I don't, but I respect Josh anyway.
I don't. Not anymore.
I don't play these games like that.
What? Yeah, I did.
Britt and I are. Hey, Britt and I are on the same fucking page here. Like, respect
I love
for
how
Josh.
Britt instinctively turned this into how can I bully Derek even though I'm not a part of the After Years
No, it was how
defense
can I
squad.
bully Josh, and then you defended him. So I'm like, all right, Derek, get the fuck in.
I understand I'm the
Get
favorite
in there,
target,
Robert's bullying.
Don't worry, Josh. I'm going to see you next week for the first time, and I'll be sure to.
God,
push you
you're gonna
around
get
over
such
it.
big fucking hugs.
Before I
He ain't
finish,
going to get a big hug from
I
me.
have to
Not
ask
after
all
this
of you,
After Years shit.
did any of you play the First Soldier at all?
No,
The First
absolutely not.
Soldier?
Are you kidding me?
Absolutely not.
Right, none of you played that, so none of you have any emotional ties to that.
No.
Because as John knows, and I think Britt will know by now, a guy shows up in Rebirth from the First Soldier.
Yeah,
He's
it's
just
fucking
there.
weird. And if you haven't played First Soldier, you have no fucking idea.
You don't know who he
like,
is.
Who the fuck is Glenn? Like,
You
Like,
can't, his
yeah,
name's
it-
Glenn. That's the most
Glenn.
normal ass
Glenn.
name. You can't have motherfuckers
Glenn.
named Cloud.
And they built up
Tifa,
his
Barrett,
entrance.
yeah,
Also,
Rude
like,
Glenn.
who is it?
Trailer.
And
Yeah.
then I was like, who the fuck is this?
it's like no, Britt. It's like Rufus is talking to this mysterious shadowy figure in a hood. You're like,
and
who
you're like,
is that?
oh shit.
oh fuck, who is this? And it's like he takes his hood off, and it's like Glenn. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
no,
I
that's
will
not-
say-
This isn't big, like, huge spoilers either.
you can't be
Not at
threatening and
all.
have a name like Glenn.
No.
That's
I
not
will
possible.
say that Glenn's actually got some shit going on, which is nice. But it's so funny that in the trailer, one of the trailers, it has the scene of Glenn unmasking himself, and it doesn't show you who it is. It cuts to Rufus looking shocked and gasping, and you watch the actual scene, and you're like, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you who the fuck that is.
I was like, is
that
this
could be
Cloud's dad? He's like
That is
a.
a theory. That's a genuine theory.
Is
Like,
it?
That's Cloud's dad. That's
it's a
clearly Cloud's
theory.
dad.
Yeah, given the guy's hair, I think it's probably right. But
His
who
hair,
gives a
his eyes.
shit?
You're not allowed to make
Yeah,
a
who
new
cares?
important Final Fantasy VII character, and his name is fucking Glenn. I'm sorry, it's
like,
just not.
yeah,
No, it's not
I mean,
allowed.
The Whispers. The Whispers are pretty important, and they got and the Whispers is just a stupid name. Like,
Yeah.
There's only one Glenn in my heart, and that's Glenn from Chrono Cross.
I thought you were gonna say Glenn from Chrono Trigger.
I thought you was gonna say Glenn Powell. Like,
Who?
Interesting.
who?
Who's Glenn Powell?
He's one of the attractive men in Top Gun Maverick. There's many of them. I just realized.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the actor. Yeah, nah, he hot. Yeah.
All right, Derek. What's our first fucking topic?
First off, I want to point out, I brought Need for Speed to show and tell, right? Like I tried.
You brought Need for. Hey, dude. Hey, look, man.
It's
Look.
the only
don't feel bad.
dude to name a game.
I tried to make this not just a Final Fantasy podcast. CJ,
Would you like to
missed
try
out.
again?
Yes, CJ, I played Need for Speed Unbound. You missed my thoughts on it. The long and the short of it is Criterion's so fucking good, dude. We'll talk more about it in DMs later.
Is CJ gonna ask to join? Because you talked about Need for
CJ 's
Speed.
He's like, hold up, I'm setting my seat right the fuck now.
Oh, how do these work? This is record. Derek just said we're moving on to topic 1. We are now an hour into this podcast.
Yeah.
It has been an hour.
CJ's turning on. Is like, you know what? Look, if CJ wants to come in here, I say this all the time when CJ's not here. I genuinely love CJ's passion and his way with words when it comes
Oh,
to
God. He's the best.
media that he connects with.
Oh, absolutely.
So yeah,
Should we
somebody
vote?
who's not me, add him to this call because I can't minimize.
Hold off and I'll do it.
People will see my DMs where I sent butt pics to people.
I've never got a butt pic from you, and I'm not asking that you give me one either.
Well, now you're gonna get one. Congrats,
Dude, I swear to fucking God, Derek, if you send me a butt pic, I'm mailing you a dead fucking animal. I'm just not going to tell you what kind of animal
you want
it
some
is.
cake right now?
No,
Don't,
don't.
do not stand up. Do not stand up. You're going to
Oh, it's fucking CJ coming in
CJ.
an hour into the podcast with
Hell
like,
yeah, man.
Just fucking bopping in here like, yo, what's up, guys? I missed all the.
Oh, it's not.
CJ, get the fuck back in here. All right, what's our fucking
no, he's
we're
back.
an hour into
No,
the
he's back.
There-
We're Need
he's
for
back.
Speeding.
There
That's
he
the
is.
topic.
Oh, hold
Because
up, because my for some reason my audio input and output still doesn't work. I hate this laptop.
You just got a new laptop today.
Yeah, he hasn't set it up for podcasting. It's fine.
Yeah, it's stupid.
John, it
Stupid
took you like
laptop.
3 weeks to install the drivers for your fucking Scarlet. Like,
I'm 43 years old.
First-
Shut the fuck up. Cut me a break.
First thing I did for this laptop, I didn't set anything up except I put the Miami Heat background on there. Then I went to set it immediately after. So I think I cursed this shit for this. But anyway, Need for Speed Unbound. Holy shit, Derek! Tell me that game doesn't fucking rule.
it's fantastic. I
Oh
was saying earlier, it's
God.
great to have Criterion back. I love that I'm actually kind of invested in the story in a way I tend not to be with Need for Speed games. Right? Like this feels like
it has
it's
that underground, like Tony Hawk Underground. Like it's like, oh, okay, it's stupid. It's
but
all,
like it's the thing
a
is
bunch
it's
of-
pulling from like a love of like street racing, right? And like it's the fact that like it's built around like a small garage and like it doesn't feel like it's like, yo, we got to be the Fast and the Furious, you know? Like it knows what it's trying to be, and I appreciate that.
It's
I love
such a good game. And
I love
it's
the
a shame
changed up
that
driving mechanics. I hit every tree. But that's probably because I picked the fucking Firebird as my first car, which I shouldn't have done.
Oh no, I did the MSX.
Yeah, it was a way better choice. I don't know why
I did the MSX because I can't fit in that car in real life.
I picked the Firebird because
So
I'm fucking lame. Like that's why I did it. So
Firebird? No, I never picked. That's why you can't do American cars. You can't.
yeah, it's a bad
can't.
choice. I should have picked the
It's a
fucking.
bad.
I needed to pick
beautiful-
that fucking initial D shit. I needed that. But instead I picked the
Did
Firebird.
I not show you my what is it? I think it's either. No, I had a Honda MSX in the game. The first thing I did was get like a DBZ library. So
Yeah.
if you read my review on Game Critics, like all the screenshots, you could vaguely see like the orange, and you could see the
Hell
Dragon
yeah.
Ball logo on there.
I'm just saving up to buy a Honda Civic. Like, so yeah, dude, that's I brought Need for Speed Unbound to show and tell today, because I wanted to bring something that wouldn't be Final Fantasy.
It's so funny because I was planning on being on, so just because like I wanted to talk about that and to break up the fucking Final Fantasy talk, bunch of nerds.
Whatever, dude.
I'm playing a
don't
real.
blend here.
But you should be on the podcast more so you talk
Okay.
over us.
I-
And we don't talk
100
about Final Fantasy.
What is it like? I'm playing a real role-playing game. I'm playing the role of victim. Playing the fucking Dolphins. Role-playing the fucking.
CJ, tell us about fucking Ride to Hell Redemption and all your playtime with it. Go ahead.
All my playtime with fucking Ride the Hell Redemption. I'm not even, guys. I'm not kidding. I'm only playing Madden. It sucks. I hate it. I hate myself. I
Why
hate
are
the
you
person
doing
that
that?
become.
Why?
It's fun. It's fun. It's fun.
Sometimes
You
you
know what I'm
hurt
saying? I pull
yourself
There's a
to feel
there's
alive.
a world of
What is it?
RPGs out there, and you're playing Madden.
Yeah, I'm
Anything.
role playing. I'm playing the role of a victim. I'm a Dolphins fan. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Fun. I was like, texting Britt like during like that last wild card game, and it was the most painful day of my life. Seeing my poor boys freeze out there, and the evil that is Kansas City. I hate it. So every day I relive it. I'm playing this fucking game. It's the only thing I have installed on my PS5 before Dragon's Dogma 2. That's it. That is the only thing I'm playing before this game. I'm done.
See,
I'm done.
That's the same
CJ,
thing.
not
That's,
getting rebranded.
that's why I started Need for Speed. Is it's like I don't want to start anything who's like I'm gonna get too into before Dragon's Dogma 2 drops because I need that game in me.
No fucking bullshit, CJ. I wish you could come to PAX next week, man. I'm gonna fucking miss you.
We're gonna make the charity get
I
together
am
this year
too.
insane. That's what we've got to do.
I'm
It's the
gonna-
only option.
I'm gonna miss CJ so fucking much.
John's already
There.
referring to it as the Goon Cave in the basement, and I'm like, you can't call it the Goon Cave if CJ's not there.
It's-
Yeah, you can. Don't. Okay, I don't want.
Wait till you guys see the sign I'm getting made on Etsy.
No,
Get gooning.
no, I don't want to.
Oh, it's too fucking late. We got to ride this train all the way to the station.
That's no,
Goon station.
no.
We got to pull it.
You're not Geralt. No.
We got to pull into the station. We got to finish this. We got to finish this journey together. We got to do it.
No,
No.
man.
Here.
The real end of this journey is charity
First of all,
hot tub
but
stream, is what it
you're Not
is.
finished, you idiot.
So that's a good point. I'm actually moving into a new house. This is one of the last times you're going to see me in this particular basement here.
Can I talk about this for a minute?
Yes, please, Britt.
Okay, so as you all know, I was at John's house the beginning of March. We went and saw Distant Worlds.
Fuck yeah, we did.
We did, and it was fantastic, wonderful, great, chef's kiss and all that. The thing that I'm weirded out and that just boggles my mind is when I was there, I talked to both John and Vicky, and they both said, "Oh yeah, we plan on moving to like 2 to 3 years." And I was like, "Okay, like that seems reasonable," because Vicky even said in the car she wanted to wait for housing prices to go down. And literally 2 weeks later, they bought a fucking house. And I'm like, what happened? What happened in those 2 fucking weeks?
They found a cool ass house, I guess.
White people.
Like,
white
did it
people
just
hate that.
happen chance? Like, how
Yeah,
did this
no.
happen?
Britt, just for like shits and giggles, we decided to go look at a couple of houses just to like get an idea for what we were going to want in the future. And excuse me, we went to this fucking house that Vicky had found. And we walked in the door, and I shit you not, Britt, we walked in, and Vicky just quietly goes, "Oh shit!" And
Did she?
yeah, and I looked over, I was like, "Oh boy!" And so we're walking through the fucking house. This motherfucker has 2 decks. We're gonna slap a motherfucking hot tub on one of these decks by the time you guys get here.
And we are doing a
Motherfucking charity
motherfucking hot tub stream as a reward.
and
I've
we
made it clear, and hold up. I will not bathe on camera with white people, especially the white people I've spent so much time and energy speaking so ill to on social media. Let it be clear.
That's
That's
fine.
not very
getting
goony
in-
of you,
That's fine.
CJ.
That's not very
I will
gooning
not
of
be
you,
getting-
for
hold
one.
up. I will not be getting into the unseasoned soup that is John's hot tub. Okay, no amount of fucking
CJ,
gringo
I'm
adobo.
hurt. I live in Louisiana. You got to give me a little bit.
Britt is gonna
Hey,
add
the-
the fucking flavor to the hot tub.
The
Okay?
fucking
She's gonna-
adobo. I don't want it. I don't want it.
I love me and Britt were like, we were looking at like, hey, there's a pool in our
Adobo. This motherfucker.
there's a pool in our hotel at PAX. Are we ever gonna get a chance to dip in it? And Britt was like, if there's a hot tub, I am 100% relaxing in the hot tub after a hard day. And I was like, that sounds fucking killer. And then I looked it up. There's not gonna be a hot tub, you stupid slut. Like,
I am.
Oh.
Yeah, fucking. Dude, we walked out of this fucking house and we're just looking at it. And I looked over at Vicky. I was like, we got to put an offer down on this fucking house. And Vicky was like, fuck. Yeah, you're right. And we bought the fucking house. We bought the fucking house. 5
So,
fucking
like,
bedrooms.
did you guys go to closing and everything already?
We're closed. So we're already under contract. Like we're in.
Right.
So we close on April 9th.
It's not
and
official until you get the keys. As
It's-
somebody who worked in real estate, it's not official until you get the keys.
It's official. We're already packing up. We're closing on
God
April
damn
9th.
it.
the
and we're
funniest
moving-
thing could still happen.
Nah,
Yeah.
no, we're
You'd
good.
be surprised the shit that I've heard and seen. Like,
We're
don't.
We're good. But we're gonna move in on April 10th. So it's moving fast. We're gonna get in there. We've actually got we've got a home inspection happening on Saturday.
Yeah, that's what you got to be worried about.
Yeah, I don't think like they actually just poured like $150K into renovating this house. I'm not too worried. But it's not like a house that like this house just had a ton of work done on it. But we'll have the safety inspection on Saturday, and
You have
we're
the
off
dude
to
who
the races.
tap stick. You have that guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't find like a fucking body in the walls or something.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah, you
just
got
my luck.
inspections.
I
and
forgot I
then-
put that body there.
Mr. Phipps,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
when you said they poured like 150,000, I was like, oh, so there's a dead body
Yeah.
there. Cool.
Hey, Mr.
got it.
Phipps, have you seen the movie Sicario? Like,
there's a kill basement, or there's like a kill cellar hidden.
And you
underneath
want us
the
to
basement
do it
floor.
in there, you sicko? Disgusting.
There's somebody. So we had actually. So check this out.
that's good bones.
The house before, we looked at this old ass house and like that was built in 1840 and like it was really fucking cool.
I
Don't
thought you
get
were
me
going to
wrong,
say
the house-
in France, and I was going to be like, John?
No,
I don't know why.
Fredericksburg.
Gotcha, in
Yeah.
Fredericksburg.
and it's a super cool fucking house. Like, don't get me wrong, but we went in the basement and there's like this little door. There's this little door, and I'm
a
like,
dude
what
in
is
there.
this? And I open it up, and it's just pitch black. And I'm talking to the real estate person. I was like, what is this? Oh, I don't know. That's just
I
like
don't know, there's a Civil War ghost in there.
No,
I've seen
no,
the
no, no,
movie
no, no,
Barbarian.
no. He just goes, I guess that's the back rooms.
What the fuck?
And I was like, nah, man, I'm good. I don't need to fucking-
It's no longer
I'm
scary,
not
we're
fucking
good.
staying.
I've seen the Kane Pixels videos. I don't need the fucking back rooms in my house.
You go in there, it's like a giant, it's like a Dark Souls boss. You can't get out until you kill it. Like,
All of a sudden, a
fog-
life bar
fog-
appears.
Yeah.
Fog of war right behind you. You're not getting out of that little door.
I'm gone. I walk in
Make
there,
it
and all
like-
of a sudden, I'm face to face with like fucking Eric Tosh, the unwashed, or some shit. Like, I'm just no, thank you.
According to CJ, that's just the rest of the podcast.
Hey, I'll stand by that.
I want
Fuck off, CJ. God damn.
Derek, we got like 18 minutes left in this podcast. We haven't talked about a single fucking actual.
I know.
What the fuck do we got, Derek?
All right, so here's the deal. We're obviously going to truncate this a little bit, but that's okay, because you know what? I think what we all needed more than anything was to laugh tonight, and we got some of that. Thank God.
We did get some of that.
Despite
welcome.
despite a very, very serious and dour opening.
Demon Robert Ely.
Yeah. So here's the deal. Next week is both GDC and PAX East, right? And what I wanted to talk about a little bit, because we don't talk about the media often on this podcast, right? Like we actually very intentionally stay away from that. Like it's not our job, to comment on the media or the state of the media, because we're not journalists and we're not a fully a part of that world. We just know a lot of people who are. But also like we mostly don't talk a lot about like the role that journalists play in the process of like the gaming industry, right? And events like PAX and GDC are both important as networking opportunities, but also important a lot of times for like PAX especially. I can't speak to GDC. I've never been to GDC, but PAX is a great opportunity for smaller games and indie devs to get their name on the scene and their game out there. You know,
Dude, the fucking indie booth is one of my favorite parts of PAX.
yeah, the indie mega booth is a part of PAX, right?
Yeah.
But like, I guess I just want to talk about like how important that shit is, right? Like the underpaid journalists who work the beat, right? Whether they're freelancers or they're staff writers, you know, to get hands-on with these games, to get this
Like
information.
whether they're
to get
like
it out there.
Derek, hold on. What if they're Grant fucking Stoner?
What if they are Grant fucking Stoner, right? Yeah, like to talk about the importance of covering stories about the big games as well as like giving highlights to the small games, the importance of these kinds of events. You know, and like Ryan had been asking to be back on again, and we had a good opportunity to be like Ryan, I'm really curious, like you've been freelancing for quite a while, and like, you know, maybe if you can talk a little bit about like what your experience is like being, you know, a rich and influential gaming journalist, you know, who controls all of the media. But like,
I was the one who
Controlling the narrative, Ryan.
yeah, lay it out for a
Fucking
lot of our
wise your
listeners who don't
games.
understand, like, kind of what it's
Well-
like to be this.
If there's any questions, just jump in at any point.
Yeah.
I'll say that now. So I've been freelance since Uh, 2 years now. 2 years, 1.5 years ish. I was at a. I'm not going to name them because yeah. I was at a major outlet, a major UK outlet, I should say. Some bad stuff went down, and I went back to freelance. And what that basically entails is, I send about 30 emails a day. That's basically what I did. I sent 30 emails a day to people saying, "Hey, I'd like to cover this. I would like to talk about this. Or I don't think this is talked about enough. This is why." And what that can entail and does often entail is going to events or going to previews and talking about games that some of the bigger games, but some of them are games that people don't talk about. And the thing is, as a freelancer, and if there's anybody in the chat who is thinking about becoming a freelancer, please know this: it is not financially secure. There is no financial security. There's no financial security in journalism currently, but there is no financial security in freelancing. I have had months where I've made nothing. I've had months where I've made everything. I've had months where I've had no work. I've had months where I felt like I'm drowning in work. Like there's no in between really, but there's a feel. There is a genuine feeling of accomplishment when you manage to shine a spotlight on something smaller, or when you manage to discuss something that nobody else is discussing. There was a genuine sense of accomplishment there. But you, as a freelancer, and this is probably, as a freelancer, you can do more stuff. You can do stuff that the big outlets can't, which is worth knowing. So, for example, bigger outlets can't cover everything. Your IGNs, your GameSpot, you can't talk about everything, because if you talk about everything, you'll have nobody to talk about anything really. You'll have people will be talking about everything. If you talk about everything, it'll all be surface level, the most basic discussion. As an independent journalist, as a freelance journalist, I can we as a community, people like Verinda, can dive deep into certain topics. And I think that's really where the importance of independent journalism comes in. I said a lot there. If you've got any questions, let me know.
Do you think here's a question I have for you, right? Because like I saw Virender, dealing with a lot of people who like Virender does a lot of guides work, especially, right? And saw a lot of people like arguing with Virender on Twitter about like, him saying like the importance of guides work, like that is journalism, and that's, always relevant, and people being like, well, we could watch people play stuff on YouTube, and it's like it's you don't understand how this is not the same, and how many people are looking for the guides versus YouTube. So like you do more like features and hands-on stuff from right, but like you've dealt with a lot of people who it seems like are trying to speak from the outside about games journalism as if it's easy and profitable. And, like you just mentioned, that it's a huge hustle to get anything to happen.
Yeah, there's no money in this. Don't. I'm not gonna. Don't fun. There's the dog. There's no money in this as a thing. People think that I'm getting paid thousands. I can buy my own house. I can't. I don't even know if I'm going to I don't know if I'm going to be able to make enough to pay basic rent month to month.
Yeah.
Like that's how bad it is. It's not. We are not. To put the quote, we're not a cabal who stand above video games controlling them. We're just in the trenches, and we want to know what happens, what's happening here. Because there's the thing is, Winder is one of the best. Well, he's a great guy, one of the best guide writers I know, and he's right. Guide writing is indisputably journalism for millions of reasons. But the reason people think that YouTube is a replacement is because those YouTube videos, most of the time, are cribbing of actual written articles.
That's true.
They're cribbing from them. They're taking from them. Like from people like Verinda, who works. I know for a fact. I speak to that man multiple times a week. I know for a fact he's still not beaten Tears of the Kingdom. I don't know if he ever will, but he has found all the cog seeds. I'll tell you that much. And like it's just like, first of all, guides as a general. I don't know how much do you guys know about what actually gets views on websites, on games websites?
Well,
Do you know any?
that's the interesting thing, right? Because I would have expected it would be reviews, but I've come to learn
Right.
that it's guides. The guides are the thing that consistently drives traffic to the site and
So,
uplifts everything else.
so it's guides at the top, yeah, as Derek said, it's guides at the top, mainly because over time they are because they're evergreen. Guides last forever. Lights, guides just like in 10 years' time. I mean, look at me. I'm playing Crisis Core, a PSP game, for the first time in over a decade, and I'm just using a guide to look at some stuff. That guide's been around for 15 years.
Yeah.
Like that guide's like these guides get views, and the bigger the game, obviously, the more the views. So it's guides. Then it tends to be iffy based on the site, but in my experience, it's news, but it's very brief. There's a very brief window where a news story is big because news, as is the nature of it all, you can't report on something and expect people to gravitate towards it for hours. If I reported like about say if EA announced new Star Wars game, I'd report on that within 10 minutes. Every other site has them. Within 5 minutes, every other major site has them. Within 10 minutes, every site has them. And then the views tank.
And within a day or two,
The views-
everybody's heard about it, so there's no reason to go look at the article again.
Why
So
would you click that? I have no new information to give you. Features and reviews always tend to be the same wavelength, and it's a really interesting one because that's a conversation I've had with when I wasn't freelance, when I had superiors. God forbid, when I had responsibilities, I had this conversation multiple times. Like I was like, why don't we start running a few more features, a few more reviews? And the answer to that question is they don't make the money on ad. First of all, they don't make the money on ad revenue that you think they would, because with a guide, there's a solid 60% chance you're going to click off it at some point and have to click back on it, and that's a new ad. That's a new click. That's another 10 cents, let's say. With a review, you're reading that in one go. You are not. In fact, most of it is you're not reading that. You're going to the bottom. You're finding a score or a verdict column. You're reading that, and then you're bouncing. Which is why retention rates. This is getting into the weeds of SEO
yeah.
stuff.
But that's
Where
if people
retention
even
rates
do that, because of course you've got like OpenCritic and Metacritic that people increasingly just look. And that's not to talk shit about the aggregators, but like, you know.
Well, I will talk shit about the aggregators. The Twitter aggregators annoy me because they boil down criticism to the number. OpenCritic and Metacritic have quotes. There are quotes there to discuss them. These Twitter accounts have popped up mainly since Nebel left. Just have numbers, but they only have the numbers from the bigger sites, or they only have the higher numbers. And it's important to have a wide breadth of scores because I'm not interested in somebody's opinion. Say if somebody didn't like Rebirth, I'm honestly much more interested in their opinion than I am in John's. Like I'm much more
Fuck
interested.
you.
I'm much more interested in like, oh, you didn't like this game, and I understand it as long as it's coming from a place of meaning, and it's like you're not just being a dick about it. Like, why? What set you off about it? Why didn't you like it? Like talking to John about Rebirth is amazing. Like he knows Final Fantasy, but to get that wide range of discussions is so important, and it's a big part of the independent press scene.
Yeah.
Because there's so many of us, which I'll be totally honest, is also part of the due to the layoffs in the last year that I've just been hammering on.
There's been layoff
But
after layoffs. There's so few positions left and so many talented and passionate people trying to do all of this work at increasingly fewer sites, it feels like, right?
Yeah, it's about like there's so few people. I mean, I've just noticed in chat somebody's just mentioned AI, how AI has been used in this stuff, and again, I won't name any names. So a site I used to work for, I know for a fact has looked into. I don't know if they've started, but I do know they were looking seriously into using AI for articles. And if you go onto the current articles, you can tell. And that is something that people that publishers have started to experiment with because they think it'll save them money. The issue there is, and this is more of a general purpose thing, is AI is pulling from somewhere. AI is cribbing from something, always. What happens when AI starts cribbing from itself? it becomes a mess. It's bullshit.
Yeah, it's going to be like digital Kessler syndrome as the AI becomes increasingly unusable. And I mean, we're kind of starting to already see that in a lot of cases, right? With
I mean, just look at Twitter replies.
well,
And,
right,
yeah.
exactly. I got one last kind of like avenue of question I'd like to steer us into, maybe to wrap everything all the way back around to the harassment that we talked about at the beginning, right? Because obviously, both in the original Gamergate campaign and in this new wave that's popped up, like overwhelmingly the core of it is this like anti-media sentiment that suggests that like it's really just a bunch of, you know, fucking lazy liberals, you know, injecting woke politics
yeah,
and everything with, you know, working easy ass jobs for good money. You know, and
I live in a mansion. I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah. And I think we'd all agree that a lot of that comes from jealousy, right? Like the desire to say that like I write about or review games for a living.
Yeah, I could
but
see
also
that.
a lack of
I think
understanding.
it's interesting because I think it's ignorant. I think it's jealousy is a part of it. I agree, but I think it's ignorance. I think they don't want to know what we do. They don't want to know that, like for example, guide writers don't get paid shit. Like they get paid pennies. Like they don't want to know that. They see us playing games for a living and think, oh, it's imagine going up to your grandfather and telling him what your job is. What do you think he's going to boil it down to? He is going to say, "You play video games. Oh, so you play video games for a living." I've had that conversation multiple times. It's like talking to your grandfather, but on a wide scale of people who also want you to know that they want you dead in some way.
Because if you weren't doing it, maybe they could be, not realizing that like that there's a hustle that they don't want to have to do.
Yeah, like I'll finish on this because it's a huge thing. You don't need a journalism degree to get to games journalism. You just don't. It's not a thing you need. But if you have it, it helps a huge deal. I am 24 years old. I finished my journalism degree when I was 21. Then I did an English degree, but I finished my journalism degree when I was 21. And since then, I've been mainly freelance. And something I've noticed, as been said to me, is the amount of people without any media training who think that, oh, this looks easy, it's playing video games, I can do this, who jump in is wild. People who think they can, because you need the media training. You need to know what you can legally say. Like you can't just say anything. Even in a review, you can't just say anything. An opinion piece, you just can't do that. And in games journalism especially, it's so easy to think that you're better than everybody else just because it's so easy for readers and commenters to think, oh, I could do this better. There was the situation. Oh, he's not. I want to name the name. There was remember the Cuphead. The Cuphead demo. Like games like, oh, I could do that on my sleeve. I could do that on my sleeve. But don't get me wrong. But if you had worked, let's say 12 hours, and you got sent code for Cuphead, and you load up and you play the demo, there's a solid chance you miss those massive prompts. I genuinely, and I am not kidding here, spent 6 hours being confused about how Queen's Blood worked because I was running and fall asleep and skipped the prompt and I didn't know what was happening.
I want to back this up because like I have tried to like play games and play demos on like the PAX show floor, and it's always hard. I'm so much worse at games on that noisy, busy PAX show floor. You are. I am always
are fucking watching you play.
Yeah. I'm always worse at video games.
I've had that. Yeah.
Understand. The Jedi Survivor was the absolute worst thing I've ever played. I'm in a room full of other like fucking journalists playing this hard ass Souls like Star Wars game. So I bumped it down to easy without praying to God that no one would judge me, so I can finish and get this like fucking preview done.
Yeah, I'm always worse at games when I'm streaming, right? Because I'm kind of focused on like the process of getting good footage and doing conversation. And yeah, like at the end of a long day, it's also harder to stream. Back when I used to be able to like wake up because I worked overnights, I'd wake up at like 11 a.m. and do a stream. I was fresh. But nowadays, if I stream after I've been at work 9 to 5, I'm stupid.
It doesn't sound fun. Like it just doesn't. Like I don't want to fucking.
No. Like video games should be fun. Like I genuinely like I haven't covered Rebirth. I just haven't covered it. I bought that game. I paid for it on my own. Like people think we get sent codes for everything. We don't. And the codes we are sent, we go through the mill for. I have had codes sent 10 minutes before launch. I have had codes sent hours after launch. I have had code. I'm going to name it. I'm going to name it because it's a brilliant game. It's fantastic. The Baldur's Gate 3 code came in 2 days before launch. Do you know how big that game is?
Yeah, famously.
Like, what am I going to do there? It took a day to download.
Yeah.
But so like I don't know if CJ's had this experience at previews and stuff, but what West Jealous does, what we do is we'll play a demo or we'll play a preview. And then there'll be a press room upstairs, which is usually the most drab room you've ever seen in your entire life, with some bottles of water in a corner, maybe some chips. Like that's where you're at. You have to run upstairs with a laptop that you've been lugging around in a bag the whole day on a show floor, start typing, send off a draft, and then jog downstairs to your next appointment. You are back and forth constantly. And as a freelance journalist, that's a lot because you don't know. Because if they say actually this draft not so good, you're not getting paid. That's it. Most places don't pay kill fees anymore.
That's exactly why I didn't make my hobby into a career.
Yeah.
Then I would not like my hobby anymore.
It's rare to get to do it this way.
There's games I've played that have just became work for me, and there was work I've had that's just became a game for me, and it's became so. There's been points where I need to take a break. The reason right now I'm playing Crisis Core and Final Fantasy VI is because I know for a fact if I look one of these games that I've been setting code for, I'll be absorbed. I'll be stuck in it. If I get Dragon's Dogma code tomorrow, which I'm not, like if I get it, if I go in that game, it's 100 hours long. If I go in it, then I've got to start pitching stuff because if I don't, then immediately that time becomes a lost investment because I have to think of that. I have to think of the time put into that game as basically research. It's research for things I could be doing to help me make money, to help me up my profile, my portfolio. And that's a tiring mentality to have, especially in gaming. With films, at least you can, just watch whatever film you want. With games, there's only a select. There's only a select amount of games you can write about. I keep going on, but there's only a select amount of games you can write about at any one time. Like if I want to email somebody now and said, I'd like to write about Baldur's Gate 3, they'd be like, why? It's been
too
6
late.
months.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, you will be writing about Dragon's Dogma, Final Fantasy, or Rise of the Ronin, I guess. And that'll be it. And I'm like, I don't like any of those games. Well, that sucks. I'll see you next month. Good luck paying rent. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
So,
there's such a
my advice
disconnect.
to people looking, my advice to people looking to get into the industry, like into the journalism sphere, would be, it'd be always
Don't.
make sure you have a back. Yeah, don't do it, please. It's not worth it. My mental health has gone down the shit. It's bad. But make sure you have backups to everything you do. Make sure you have money saved, because if something goes wrong, you need that backup. Make sure you have backup. If you're pitching stuff, make sure you have emails ready to. If they email you and say, we don't want that article, make sure there's 4 other people that you're like, right, do you want this article? Don't do it at the same time. That's a bit weird because these people do talk to each other, and it can lead to some really awkward situations.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is, if you feel like you're not going to be able to make it in this industry, if you feel like you're not ready, you probably aren't. And it's a sad truth, but you probably are not. It's like as a if you're contracted, it's different. But as a freelancer, it's so you've got to manage everything yourself, and you need to have that level of discipline. And I'm going to stop talking now because I've said a lot of things.
Yeah. Well, and we're kind of bumping up in the end of our time here too. But yeah, I think to wrap all this together, like the ignorance that people people just don't know, right? Like how hard the work is and how underappreciated it is to do games media. And I think ignorance of and separation from it is probably a feeding factor in a lot of the recurring harassment around the industry. But like, we can do the best we can to educate, but like we said in the beginning, there's a lot of these folks that it's not worth, like, again, like us putting ourselves on the line to spend a bunch of time educating one weird person, right? Like, ultimately camaraderie is what's going to get us through it, you know? So, you know,
having friends in the industry is so important.
yeah.
I'm just glad I know people, because if I didn't, I'd be alone, and being alone in this industry
Yeah.
would be
So,
impossible.
you know, PAX is next week, and it's going to be, and GDC as well. And it's just going to be so important for people to see each other and make new connections and be reminded of the people that have their backs in this industry.
So, like, yeah, I want to say something real quick. If you see me at PAX next week, please come up and fucking say hi. Like, I people have literally said, John, I wanted to come and say hi to you, but you
not
look too
helped by you
angry."
talking about how you're going to stomp through the convention center looking for people to grab by the throat like it's a Ren and Stimpy cartoon. But
Okay, so first of all, what I said was I'm going to ask. I didn't say I was going to grab anybody by the throat. I said I was going to
No,
ask them
I'm
what have you done to
exaggerating.
support your coworkers.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do. That being said, please come up and say hi to me. I'm actually kind of a sweetheart. Believe it or not.
I'm
Like,
100% a
it doesn't
sweetheart,
count.
so you can come talk to me.
Like, both of you cannot call yourselves sweethearts. That makes it weird.
I get to.
Derek
said I'm
gets
kind-
to.
I said I'm kind of a sweetheart. Don't I look like a
John.
sweetheart, Ryan?
John,
No.
look, John. You know, in
You
all
look like if I
honesty-
ran to you into the street, you could bench press me in a dark alley at some point.
That's
John,
correct.
That's good.
You
in
can.
all honesty, look, kind of a sweetheart understatement. You're not at all. You have like resting bitch face, and you seem like you're angry about everything. I don't know, buddy.
John,
Look at
you
my
literally
girl,
scared off Barrett, the real Barrett. So, remember John Eric Bentley talking about seeing us at PAX one time and not coming up because you looked like you were so angry and busy?
That's just how I look. It's just my face.
The fact
Sorry,
that Ben's
you look like the default character in a shooter. I'm sorry, buddy. You know,
We found
look,
you in common.
God gave you white privilege, but you got nerfed in that department. You look threatening. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, brother.
All right, folks. Genuinely,
I'll try to smile more.
I gotta get going because our fucking house is underwater now.
Yeah, I
so
gotta go fucking. I gotta go
work in the
fucking get some
morning.
sleep.
But folks,
Yeah,
3
I
a.m.
gotta go in
Yeah.
tomorrow.
please take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Do your best not to let this shit going on get to you. That's the best I got, folks. Take care. Kindness costs nothing. Good
Oh, my
fucking
line.
night. Yeah,
Kindness costs nothing.